Hey everybody, Wayne here. In today's Recon, I'm unboxing SPQR, the Battle of Alesia, 52 BC. This is a solitaire wargame designed by Joe Fernandez and co-published by Art of Wargames and Blue Panther Publishing. Alright, so like I said, SPQR here, Battle of Alesia, is a solitaire wargame, part of the Battleground series of pre-World War I games. Take a look at the front artwork here. Obviously, anytime I see a solitaire wargame, check. Then I see it about the Romans at all, check. I am very, very interested in it. And like I said in my intro, it is published by Blue Panther, so you're going to see, the Blue Panther style of box, of counters, and of other components. Here is the back. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but if you want to read it, you can just pause. Make sure it's in 4K so you can read it. Let me kind of zoom in a little bit here. Just go ahead and check the bottom right of the video and make sure you are watching in 4K, because I always film in 4K for everybody. But as you can see, Alesia, down the bottom left, it's a solitaire game. Plays the Romans, of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. 30 to 60 minute playtime. Only a 5-page rulebook, so yeah, the rules are very light. I've read through them already. There's a how to play in there. The game is definitely low complexity and uses some chit pull and some cards. So a 21 by 17 inch map. So for those looking for smaller size games, this is going to be one of them. Okay, all right, let's open her up. Just love that art there. Caesar ordering the defense of the walls. Love it. All right. Start off. It does come with dice, which is very nice, and actually full size dice. A deck of cards. So the cards. Like I said, you're going to draw, so you're only going to use depending, do you use all of them or not? I think maybe you do, but that what you do is how you set up the deck initially. If you notice, there's kind of a top, and then there's, well, this part's upside down. You're actually going to shuffle them together separately, so that way you're only using half of one side of the events. Both the events, event Warcry, for instance, plays Chieftain on first Gaul attack area. Oh, not good for us Romans. And then here for the drawing, or for running the bot, right? And running for the Gaul or Gaelic bot. Draw and place one Alesia unit on area 5. So, versus the other side would say, and this would be, so whatever game you had that, right? You wouldn't have this side, which, Testudo, Romans ignore one attack, of course, right? The famous formation. And then draw and place 2 Gaelic relief force on area 5. Beautiful. Cover art there. Very simple, nothing fancy, but it works. Look at the counters. Right before we get to the map, let's look at the rulebook first. All right, so the rulebook here, it is not numbered for pages. Blue Panther a lot of times doesn't do that. I'm not sure why. I don't know exactly what the total page count is, but multiple pages at the end are designer notes, their history. Yes, a lot of us that are playing this probably know that history, or at least, have a good idea of it. But it's always, I love to reread, especially designer's notes. So, Joe, thank you for including that. I love to be able to see, hey, what led Joe to being interested in this, and then sort of what were his ideas behind the design. For instance, in here he talks about making sure to include the Germanic cavalry that played such a pivotal role in the battle. But looking at the actual rulebook in the start here, again, as always, my recons, we're taking a look at things. I'm kind of explaining things that I do know, but I'm in no way teaching it. That'll be for a separate video. 2 columns, decent sized text, intro, components, telling you to set up, how to track your progress, describing the different units, Roman units, Julius Caesar, Marcus Antonius, the Gaelic units, etc. The map, all the different areas on the map, and then the cards. 24 cards in the game. 24 cards represent 48 unique possibilities for the Gaelic bot and events. I do like that. Like it does say, yep, you just take half of them and flip them over and shuffle them. See what's play. All that on there. Again, we're not trying to teach the game. And there you go, right into the designer's notes. So that sequence of play, and then there's combat, and then you are ready to go. Hey guys, Future Wayne here. I just wanted to point out, as I'm beginning to play the game and learn it, as I was checking out the rule book, and I did not mention this in my Recon, so I wanted to add this in. After the information about the battle, the designer's notes, there's actually a nice detailed how to play here. You can see on this left page, and then examples of setup, movement, and combat in detail. So there's a couple questions I had while I was reading the actual rulebook, and then I got to the back and look at these examples, and it actually did a great job answering those questions. So if you have any issues with that, or you were wondering about that, that is part of the rulebook. Always appreciated when designers include, detailed sort of sequence of plays, how to plays, and examples with pictures. So yeah, just wanted to throw that in there. All right, guys. The counters, if you will. So just half a counter sheet, a third of a counter sheet. Good size. You can see our wonderful Roman units up here, and then the Gaelic units there. They're double-sided. So besides the turns that the card controlling the Gaelic forces, you will have a certain number of Caesar actions you're going to roll at the beginning of each turn. And the way it works is basically combat turn, so it's not a traditional turn track. Looks good. Again, you can pause it, make sure it's in 4K, get a good look at them. They're attractive. Nothing fancy. They're not going to win any awards, but they do look good. And here is the map board for the game here. So you have, title at the top, chieftain, so then they have the war cry in action, your Caesar's Praetorium. This is where you just sort of store like some of the Caesar's units, each of the different areas, right? Was it 1 through 7? Yep, 1 through 7. Seeing Alesia in the middle, oppidum, right, the fortified hilltop city, the contravallation and the circumvallation, because Caesar and his infinite wisdom and madness and genius all combined, built the wall and then said, we're going to be attacked by another 100,000 barbarians. No problem, we'll build a wall keeping us in. What? Who does that? You gotta love it. Box for Gaelic casualties, Roman casualties, event cards, and discarding. And then here's your actions. I mentioned each of the Bellum rounds. You're going to have a certain number of actions you're going to roll for. And then if Marcus, I believe, Antonius, if you've used him, I think he sits here. If you use him, you flip him over, something like that. Gives you an extra couple actions. Looking at the Bellum round, so you're drawing cards, right? Placing any Gaelic units, which are going to be in a cup. Play any event. Roll 1d3 for your orders on the Caesar track here. Use any of your Caesar orders. Start on Roman camp 1 and move clockwise. Resolve combat and Gaelic moves. So right, combat. So they're attacking from outside. They're attacking from inside. You're attacking. You're defending. And then at the end of it, you're returning to cup all non-ladder, 1 strength Gaelic units. Kind of resetting things. And you're going to keep doing that until either you have eliminated a certain number of Gaelic units, which case they're demoralized and they surrender/flee, right? Which is what happened historically. Or you lose enough legions and Caesar calls it, which ain't gonna happen on my watch. So, all right, hopefully I covered things nice and explained things. Like I said, this wasn't a full teaching, but it's giving you an idea because for one thing, obviously, again, Romans, Solitaire wargame, I had to check this game out. Secondly, I didn't see a whole lot about the game online, either videos or pictures or anything like that. So I was like, I need to get my hands on it because I need to take a look at this game and show it off. And Joe Fernandez fan, big Joe fan, and really excited to see his game in action here. So look forward to videos on it in the future. But let me know if you played it already, what you think of it. Otherwise, what you think of my video. And until next time, everybody, later.